Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Feeding the Curious Mind. My name's John Pullen and I'm a writer of both fiction and non-fiction. Today's episode is all about... No, you haven't got it yet? It's about telepathy. Please don't send lots and lots of messages and say, yes, we read your mind, because I'll come out and say it from the very start that I don't really believe in telepathy. I think it's one of the pseudosciences, simply because there's not a huge amount of good scientific research which indicates that it's real. However, let's look at the history of telepathy and you can make your own minds up. It got its name originally in 1862 by a chap called Frederick Myers, and he was the founder of the Society for Psychical Research. Now, during the 19th century, there were a number of people who claimed that they could, whilst blindfolded, read marked cards. To do this, they insisted on holding the wrist of somebody else who knew the answer, who knew what was on those cards. And they said they could find out the correct answer by holding the wrist and feeling small idiomotor reflexes and movements of the wrist. Now that's possible. Certainly some of the illusionists today, Derren Brown amongst others, they use a lot of more psychological techniques to get people to do things or to say things or whatever. So that's a possibility that that stands up for a bit of research. However, in the later 19th century, it became very much of a theatrical performance where people would use trickery to read minds, and yeah, it probably then was demoted even lower than it was before. So other people took it more seriously. During the Cold War, countries such as the United States and Russia, who were always trying to find something to give them the upper hand, they both started doing serious research into telepathy, as well as many other psychological style weaponizing of the brain in a way. One of their ideas that they put a lot of effort into was having a person spy on another country. Say, for example, somebody in the United States would be in a room and would be trying to send their mind over to, say, a target in Russia and then describing exactly what was there, even though they were, say, 5,000 or 6,000 miles away. We know Russia did the same thing, and officially military intelligence said there was never any good positive feedback from any of this research, and I have no reason to doubt that. So it goes on. Telepathy is still believed by some people, and there are many people who say, yes, I got a premonition of something terrible happened, and do you know what? It happened. Well, yes, there'll be those, but in my opinion, these are the exceptions that prove the rule. In other words, I think each of them, which proves to be correct, are probably down to coincidence.